inside the globe, one of the areas that is fascinating and intriguing and very easy to visualize is what happens in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean that we have. It's extensive, stretches across from Asia in this side, stretches right across here to the Americas, and here we have California on its coast, and of course South America. And so it is this vast ocean, the Pacific Ocean, that has many geographic factors of enormous interest. For one, it has a series of islands, some of them like Hawaii, for example, which are volcanic in origin, and it's a plume actually that rises up, creates a lot of disturbance. But of even more significance is what happens on the outskirts of this large area. This is a oceanic plate, and so that plate itself is in constant movement. And when it moves, as it has done very often, for example, in California, where it transforms and moves north, where California moves north and the Pacific plate moves a little south, we have enormous numbers of earthquakes in this region. So all along this plate, we have tectonic activity extending through the Kuril Islands, through Japan, which has its great experience with volcanic eruptions and earthquakes of tremendous, and extending through the area of Southeast Asia, an area that's experienced a number of tsunamis with high water rushing over these islands, the water rising because of the earth tremors that are taking place here. And so we've seen regions, for example, experiencing significant damage. In this particular case here, the islands of Indonesia in particular. Indonesia, a very important set of islands in the global economy. You can see it on this map, a line which shows the connection points between two plates. And when one plate moves next to or underneath the other, it creates a series of tremors that can be very devastating to people and the economies. So the Ring of Fire then is a really important area for us to think about. It's an area also where almost all of the products that we use in our daily lives have come from countries where they are produced, in particular in Japan or in China. These products are then put on container ships. Those container ships find their way through across the Pacific Ocean, and as they move across the Pacific Ocean, they enter into California in this case, and those products are taken off the ship and retransported, or they go through the Panama Canal, and these goods travel up the east coast of the United States and disembark and get taken off and get used for us. So the Pacific is a really important way of us thinking about globalization. The fact that we are part of a huge planet with lots of connections, economic, physical, human connections that are significant to all of us. And this connection of trade becomes especially important for us as we think about all of these areas, ending up ultimately in the United States of America. We are connected in vast ways to the rest of the world. We need to remember that. The study of geography teaches us at the local, at the national, international level, our interconnections in terms of people, places, and products. And so geography helps us, and the EarthView in particular gives us enormous insights into that connection of us on our one planet. It also reminds us that we need to take care of this planet. Otherwise, these resources will either be overused or environmental changes will come about and force us to reconsider them.